So that sounded pretty good, way funkier than I thought this would end up going, but you just gotta let it flow, you know. You just gotta see where it goes. What's up? If you're new here, it's good to see you. If you're returning, it's also good to see you. What am I doing? What are we doing? What are we doing today? Why are we here? So I've been in a bit of a creative rut lately, and I just can't seem to like get the flow state going. I've tried a bunch of different methods to kind of break the writer's block. And I think that I've been overcomplicating it, to be honest. And I think probably we all overcomplicate it sometimes. So what I thought I would do today is just bust out a classic, just break out the MPC. It's probably the piece of gear that I'm most comfortable on, that I've made the most music on. I downloaded a bunch of 90s sample CDs from the Internet Archive, which you can go download for free. I'm not gonna link it, but it's easy to find, just Internet Archive 90s samples. So I got a whole bunch of them. Some are classics, some are I've never heard of. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of scroll through and see if we can't find a good starting point. I think I'm gonna start just by looking through this jazzistic sample pack and see if anything kind of stands out to me. I don't know if I want to start with drums or if I want to start with something like melodic, some jazz guitar. I want some like licks or something. Guitar chord. Okay, yeah, I think some of these are cool. Okay, so we're just gonna load some of these onto a program. I don't really know what key I'm in. Just name this. It's good to stay organized when you're working on the MPC. And I really recommend using colors to sort out your drum programs and stuff. Because getting that organization early is going to help you, sort of translate your ideas faster when you're actually getting into the process of working it out. So we're going to make that mono so that way they don't trigger at the same time. And then we're also going to just compress it a little bit. We're going to use this vintage compressor. Okay. I think that could be cool. All right, so the first take seems like it's the cleanest. Let's get rid of the other takes. We're gonna take that, we're gonna copy it, and copy it. Cool. So we're gonna select everything now, go to time correction, and add just a bit of swing to it. I was like, it's too fast. I think I want to lower this sample down in particular. Let's filter everything. We can go to select all right here. I think it's still like clipping or something. I'm not sure. We're gonna adjust the velocity of these because they're a little, I think the samples are a little bit louder, and then we'll also adjust the velocity on these. And we'll take those down. All the like in between spots we can take down a little bit. Just delete these. It'll be easier to just copy and paste these. Okay. All right. It's still like a little too spicy. We can also add a little bit of a filter envelope. And I think maybe an amp envelope too, just so we take a bit off of that like transient, that initial hit. We want to reduce that so it's not quite so intense. All right, I think it's like a little bit repetitive and not in a great way. So we'll just have this middle bar like be kind of a change up. And we'll maybe have another variation there. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, let's get drums. Let's go back to our samples. Where are we at? Okay. The names of these samples are horrendous. I think those are good hats. Nice jazz ride. I do not like the kick and snare on there. I think we're done with that. We're done with that pack for now. Let's find some drums somewhere. I kind of like the kick in that. And I kind of like the snare in that. So let's chop those. Let's chop those up. We don't need to go through the whole thing, so we're going to go ahead and discard that. That's going to help us. It looks like we've got a really clean one right here. We go a little over just so we can get kind of precise here. It's got a little bit of hi-hat in it too. I don't know if you can hear that. Like some high-end information. That might be cool, or we might filter out, but we at least have the option. Okay, let's go to that other beat. I kind of just like everything there, if I'm being honest. So let's get rid of that. We're going to tune this down and make it slow, so that way we can chop it easier. It kind of just sounds cool. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's tune it back up. Nice. Hold shift, convert, new drum program. We already have drums, so we don't want to do, we'll just do them one at a time. Assign slice to pad, go to sample assign, find that other, beat 2. Okay, definitely need some filtering. Don't want to do all, do this one. I think I just want maybe a little bit cut off the end of this. Maybe a bit cut off this too, actually. I think we're on the right track. I like to go a little nuts at the end, and if it turns out good, it turns out good, and if not, then fuck it. It did not turn out good. And then we drop the beat right there a little bit. I think getting rid of the kick or adding extra kicks in certain spots adds nice variation. I think it's a good hi-hat. just a bit long. And I think I want to high pass it also. Same with this one. Maybe pitch this one up a bit. It's kind of cool. Hold on. Let me set up this because I had just went on a rant about how you should stay organized and I immediately fell apart organization wise. Single pad, kick, snare. And just to add some more diversity, we can go to 16 levels and either do like filter or velocity or even tuning. And that way it'll add just a little bit something extra in the pattern. Sounded good. Let's get this other hat. I think I do want it to even be shorter. Just a little bit more. Nice. How many times am I going to say nice in my lifetime, you think? These are the questions that keep me up at night. I want to maybe move this second snare hit in every bar off the measure. That might feel kind of wacky, and then the end, that when that little snare fill, we'll put it back into place. Maybe even further off. It's like almost cool, but not quite. Yeah, that's cool. No, that's really cool. I like that. Let's add something else. Let's go dig around for more samples, shall we? Let's see what's in basses here. Nice sub bass. What if we take, let's take that, we'll chop a single note out of it. Let's create a key group program. Little low. Maybe just a touch of filtering, but I think it's like that. The upper harmonics of an electric bass guitar versus like a synth bass, I think is what makes it really good. So. Okay, camera just fucking committed. I'm back. But when we left off, I was working on the bass line. So this is what we got right now. So it sounded pretty good, way funkier than I thought this would end up going, but you just gotta let it flow, you just gotta see where it goes. So I think the bass needs a little bit of filtering. It's got this like it's like this click It almost sounds like there's like a reverb on the sample or something. So we're gonna try to mitigate that. Sounding better. I'll probably do most of my effects towards the end when I'm like gluing the track together, but I do want to pop a compressor on this. And then maybe just EQ out a little bit of that high, because I'm still kind of getting that like that little bit of reverb almost sound. So we're just gonna cut off like, I don't know, cut off like 1,000. And then while we're here, let's go ahead and boost the lows. Let's see how that sounds in the mix. Let's find another sample. I don't know what we're looking for now. Maybe some atmospheres. No. Okay. None of that. Okay. Different one. What about some vintage keyboards? What are these gonna give us? I'm not a big fan of playing samples like one note at a time. You could make it into a multi-sample if you have multiple samples, and you could just play them with a keyboard, but it just seems like a lot of work, if I'm being honest. Go back to this Infinite Soul pack. See what it has in the keys. Maybe. Let's try that. I'll just chop it up. Okay. No, not working out. Okay. Sometimes it's important just to cut your losses and move on. Yeah, maybe a little bit more percussion would be good. So let's go back to our drums. Yeah, and the nice like 808 clave. I think our first take is, or the first bar sounds the cleanest. We're still going to keep that last bar as like a bit of a variation to go along with everything else. I want to use one of these rides, but they're very loud. So we're going to go ahead and adjust the volume of them. And then we're also going to give it an envelope. I still want to see if I can find one more sample. Oh, Turntable Scratches. Don't. Yeah. Let's do that one. And then we'll chop that up. Don't make me laugh. I'm pretty sure the sample pack's from the 90s, but that sounds just like Eric Andre. Make me laugh. Don't. Yeah, let's just chop that up. I don't think we need the whole thing. Slow it down, man. Always slow it down. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing, I guess. Don't. That sounds pretty good. I want to go ahead and do effects and mixing and stuff, and then I think I'll just end adding a little bit of piano. First thing I want to do is work on the drums. I actually just want to balance out the sounds and everything. Like these two need to be way quieter. All right. So we've got a maximizer and a limiter, essentially boosting the signal up and then slamming it back down, more or less. It just gives it a little bit more oomph, you know? And then we're going to add some EQ to it. I'm going to boost those highs, just give it a bit of sparkle, and then I'm going to cut like at 1,000 hertz. Okay, let's see how that sounds in the mix. We're not going to have everything in all the time because this is like a lot with the scratch and the cymbal and everything like that. So, you know, whenever I'm writing music, especially in like the MPC or the Syntakt or something, most of the arranging process comes from just like muting stuff, you know, and you can do that in Ableton too. So just take stuff out, put stuff back in, and see what combinations sound good together. Let's focus on panning sounds around right now. The thing here is you just want to make sure it's like balanced evenly. I think it would be cool if this hi-hat here sort of panned as it like does this. And I want to put each of those guitar hits in different spots in the stereo field as well. And maybe we could automate that last one to where every time it plays that hit in the last bar, it kind of shoots off to a random spot. Nice. That sounds good. I like to keep bass in the center. I think bass and kick should be in the center. It really keeps you grounded. Unless you have like two different kick sounds, maybe you could pan those left and right to sort of spread it, but we're just using one, so we're just going to keep it right in the center for right now. The camera shut off again, as it just loves to do that. It just hates what I make it do. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. If you're gonna buy a camera, buy a Panasonic. Don't buy a Sony. That's what I'm gonna tell you. All right. I hope you had fun. It's not really a tutorial or anything, which is kind of mostly what my content has been so far. I just wanted to make some music. So let me know what you think. All right, thanks for sticking around. Go check out Patreon. You leave a like, leave a comment, do all that good stuff, and subscribe. We're growing, baby. We're growing. All right, enough rambling. Peace.